How significant is this problem?
Massive.
Steve Halicki spent 15 years as a welfare fraud investigator for Hennepin County. He came to us to grind an axe.
They don't want a fraud unit to do anything. They want a fraud unit on paper.
Halicki was fired in 2013 while in the midst of a big investigation. The county claims he was an insubordinate bully whose tactics were hampering efforts to catch welfare cheats.
They don't want to point fingers at various organizations and people. This is nothing but a giant cover-up. You're driving down the street, you have no idea.
Halicki contacted the Fox 9 investigators after seeing our series of reports on daycare centers. We uncovered evidence the company was collecting millions in public subsidies for providing bogus child care services to low-income families.
In essence, this scheme was really involved creating a criminal enterprise.
In December, Ramsey County charged Deco's owner with fraud.
The daycares that I'm going to be showing you from this point on all bill over $100,000 a month.
Halicki says before he was fired, he was tracking a similar scheme in Hennepin County involving multiple child care centers. He offered to take us on a driving tour to show what he'd uncovered.
What does this one say on the door?
7 a.m. to 6 p.m. There are no lights on.
This building is housing its third daycare center in as many years.
They just got a new license.
The two previous daycares had their public subsidies stopped by the county because of billing irregularities.
Hour after hour, I would sit here and document nothing.
Halicki discovered one center was charging the county for kids who were never dropped off.
See those double doors over there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a daycare center. You wouldn't know it from this.
He took us to center after center that had no sign outside to indicate it was a daycare. When we knocked on the doors during posted business hours, no one answered.
If you're driving down the street, would you even know this was a daycare center?
Probably not.
Yet each location has a state license to operate,
But there's nobody in there right now.
and is eligible to collect child care subsidies to serve low-income families.
I mean, that's blacked out up there, so you can't even tell when the lights are on or off.
Exactly.
Why would they do that?
So you can't prove when they're working and when they're not. You could be billing till 11 o'clock at night, but they gone home, 6 hours earlier.
Each of the centers he took us to had their windows mysteriously covered.
Why block them off? What are you afraid of? The truth?
Protect the kid's identity?
Okay, then why don't the legitimate daycares block them off?
Just because they look suspicious doesn't mean they're up to no good. So we checked state inspection records for each of the centers on Halicki's tour. They've all been cited for licensing violations, the kind that are red flags to the state's Department of Human Services.
This is a cover-up. This is a deliberate attempt by the officials in Hennepin County to deceive the taxpayers. I have emails, I have documents, I have everything to prove they knew, and they looked the other way.
Here's an email he sent to the supervisor of the fraud unit. The goal was to stop the bleeding as quickly as possible and protect taxpayer money from going out the door. Now you want to stop the process? I know you're motivated and rightly concerned, she responds. Let's get a plan together to tackle these centers.
I don't think we would ever intentionally try to deceive the public.
County officials say they take all cases of alleged daycare fraud seriously.
He says they don't want to point fingers at various organizations and people. This is nothing but a giant cover-up.
Our focus is really primarily on prevention, but certainly we investigate and take action and work with our county attorney's office whenever there is actual fraud that has occurred.
In the 2 years since Halicki was fired, not one case has been prosecuted by the county. We found most counties in the metro aren't investigating daycare center fraud. They're handing those cases off to a special team with the Department of Human Services that ramped up more than a year ago.
Public's wondering, what's taking you guys so long?
Nobody is more frustrated with the amount of time it's taking than we are. We really want to get through these and get some of these completed.
We're told the state has nearly a dozen active investigations underway. Steve Halicki believes there are probably a lot more to pursue.
This cannot go on. We need to stop this immediately.
Halicki says he's going public with this information because he wants to clear his name. He did appeal his firing from the Hennepin County Fraud Unit, but an arbitrator upheld the county's decision to let him go. I'm Fox 9 investigator Jeff Bellion.